August 9th, Monday. My head is full of fuzz the next morning. The sun is bright and shining, but all I can think about is Maruhashi's last moments. I should check the situation in Kintoki, but I can't muster a shred of energy to get up. Staying up all night has left me exhausted. Can't say the shock has faded either. It's not the best idea, but I stay in bed until evening rolls around. The events of last night pop into my head over and over when I least expect it. I can't count how many times now. Someone I know fell victim as a result of going after spirits. Damn it. It's no question that this is all Kakuya's fault, but I'm the one who keeps dragging everyone into this mess. What could I have done? This is the result of working with Amanome and Hazuki. But if I don't tell anyone, I won't have any resources to help save Ami. Whatever I choose, someone dies. No neatly wrapped up comic book happy ending where everyone's saved here. I like how they use comic book instead of fairy tale, but yeah. When Ami disappeared, I decided to stop at nothing while going after Kakuya. But coming face to face with a person's death like this, my determination wavers. My heart is slowly being shredded to pieces from the horrible dilemma I find myself in. It's Hazuki. Light. Sorry for troubling you yesterday. It's fine. You sound down. I kept thinking about Maru and couldn't go to sleep. It'd be amazing if this is all just some horrible dream, but the news this morning, they found a dead body at Kintoki Tower. Right. How's your leg? The injury wasn't that bad. It should take me only a week to be 100%. But there's a different problem. Did something happen? The agency found out I'd been trespassing. They've got me under tight security. I'm kind of stuck here. That sucks. I tried escaping 3 times, but they caught me right away. I wanted to go after Kakuya for Ami and Maru's sake, but I don't think I can go on for a while. Sorry, hero. You've helped me a lot already, thanks. You finally understand the greatness of Momokurase. Oh yeah, I did get Amanome safely admitted to the hospital. As he's the son of the Yakuza, I had a tough time trying to explain our relationship. How's he doing? He's got a handful of injuries, but nothing as severe as mine. Which is great, but what do you mean by that? He won't wake up. He hasn't regained consciousness. They say he's completely comatose. I forced an answer from the doctor, but he claims he should have woken up already. They don't know what caused it. How could this... Wait, Kakuya said something before the lightning strike. Kakuya thought of a fun game. Seiji or Kaoru, which one's more important? Kakuya wants to know. Is this all her doing too? He'll be fine, right? Yeah. Damn, somebody's coming. Okay, I'm gonna hang up in a sec. Don't do anything crazy, get some rest. Hey, hero? You're feeling responsible for Maru and Amanome, aren't you? That's why you don't want the people around you to get involved anymore, am I right? I figured as much. If you think that applies to me, you're mistaken. You must know that I'm using you for my own purposes, Light. So you can use me too. It's an equal exchange, a give and take. Hazuki, you... Don't carry the burden all on your own. Anyway, see ya. The phone call cuts off abruptly. Hazuki. Saying her name out loud settles something in me. We met only a short while ago, but there's still a lot I don't know about her, but she's definitely someone I can trust and depend on. I've got to pull myself together. My chest beats with my newfound resolve. Right when I get off the phone, why am I suddenly so popular? I check the people. Huh. It's that Detective Ue. There you are. Sorry about coming by so late, Light. Is this about Ami again? I already told you guys everything I know. That's not my reason for coming today. I'm here to ask you about something else. There was a murder in Kintoki last night. The victim was one Mitsuru Maruhashi, a member of the Amanome family. You know anything about it? No. I don't have a TV and I don't read the paper. First I've heard of it. Why are you asking me? I've already confirmed that you are acquainted with the deceased through Amanome. You've also been wandering around Kintoki lately. There's no use trying to deny it. Weren't you the one who skipped out on questioning 2 days before the incident? Going by your face, I'm right. I suspected it was you from the description, and it seems I hit the nail on the head. So why were you snooping around Kintoki? I was taking a walk. The heck? If you had nothing to hide, then you should have submitted to the questioning. I'm not a fan of cops, so I felt like messing around. You're quite the uncooperative kid. Hey, I opened my door for you, that's plenty cooperative. Anyways, are we done here? I want to go to sleep. Fine, I'll take my leave for now. Oh, and for your information, I'm the only one who's connected you to that questioning. I haven't submitted a report on it yet, so you won't be subject to other officers coming by. So, this is all just you going on a hunch and suspecting me. Don't get the wrong idea, I'm not interested in you. The spiriting away of Ami and the dog killings in Kintoki. You just happen to be involved in the cases I take an interest in. Anyway, see ya. Ue's footsteps fade away. That detective. For some reason she's fixated on cases involving ghosts. There are some strange detectives out there. Maybe it's relief at squeaking out of a sticky situation, but I'm suddenly sleepy. I could fall asleep on my feet right now. Yeah, I highly doubt there's gonna be anything out here. Let's take a look at our books and then call it a night. It's Medical Science of the Fighting Body. This always comes in handy. It's Complete Physical Control. This always comes in handy. Only ads and receipts here. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. I can't just let this keep happening. It's time to take care of it so I can move on. August 10th, Tuesday. I wake up feeling much better. Sleeping past noon probably helped. Guess anger and sadness fade with time. The shock and disbelief are still there, though. Those definitely have not disappeared. I keep flashing back to the scene of death I'd seen and my sight grows dim. Nothing happens today and soon night falls. I still haven't heard the sound of Kakuya's flute. That should work. I take a breather after hiding Amanome's modified gun in the back of my closet. I'm just inviting problems if I carry it around. Only he can use it anyway. Besides, weapons aren't my thing. It's a number I don't recognize. Hello? It's Naomasa-ban. I couldn't reach the Amanome boy, so I called you. He gave me your number. Come to Shinza Station right now. Same place as last time is fine, alright? What do you want? He hangs up without answering. How do I manage to surround myself with all these self-centered guys? It'll be faster to get to Shinza Station if I take my bike like last time. The ride might improve my mood too. Climbing on my bike, I head toward the station. Game of Death, Bon and Rose. Maybe because it's late, but there aren't many people around the walkway. Looking around, I spot Bon smoking and staring at the night sky beyond the handrail. Blocking part of his sky view is Moon Tower. You finally made it. I was getting tired of waiting. What happened with Kubitaro Kintoki? Did you break your curse? Yeah, we defeated Kubitaro, and as you can see, I managed to survive. But... sounds like a lot went down. You promised to tell me anything you know. Don't forget, I'll hear you out, so tell me. I explained to Bon what happened 2 days ago, but I don't tell him about Maruhashi. Bon quietly listens as I talk. Every once in a while, he jots down a note. I see. I'm impressed, honestly. The Hiroshima woman and Kubitaro, an amateur like you, took down 2 spirits. You might be more remarkable than I first thought. Bon appears to be appraising me. Makes my skin crawl. Your turn, old man. You said you'd investigate Kakuya. Find out anything? Yeah, that's right. I asked an acquaintance who's familiar with ghosts about it. About Kakuya's game. Kakuya's game? A doll-like girl calling herself Kakuya appears and sucks people into her peculiar game. With no other details, people resorted to calling it Kakuya's game. The game is what you've gotten yourself mixed up in right now. So you're saying there were other people who got mixed up in this game, not just me. Yeah. For whatever reason, Kakuya appears every 10 years, and every time the body count of missing and dead is high, even restricted to only confirmed. Do the victims have anything in common? Age and gender don't seem to matter. However, it seems everyone receives a black postcard right before becoming involved. That postcard that was outside my apartment. Let's play. So that was mine and Ami's invitation. From the look on your face, you know something. Yeah. Has anyone survived playing Kakuya's game? No one. Kakuya keeps playing until her opponent loses. There's no way to survive it. The loser's fate is always tragic. Missing, vegetative coma, insanity, death. No one returned to normal life completely okay. So blunt. No point in showing consideration to guys. What, you want me to be gentle with you? No answer, huh? You're rather boring for a punk. Oh, almost forgot. You're free in the evening 2 nights from now, Light. My acquaintance is stopping by your mom's bar that night. Got it? Good. Hey, just hold up. Why the hell do I need to meet with this person you know? Don't look so displeased. It's a young woman, and her face isn't bad. Her personality, on the other hand... She knows a lot about ghost-related things. She's the one who told me about Kakuya's game. I'm sure you'll hear some interesting things from her. Sounds like she'll be a better source of info than you. Fine, I'll make sure I have time. Never short on a comeback, I see. By the way, Light, got any money on you? A little, I guess. Sorry, but can you lend me some? I know the UG match paid you pretty well. Let's see, 100 yen, 100 bucks, 10,000 yen will do. I'm good on paying you back next time. Huh? Extorting money from a high schooler at your age? Forget it, old man. No way I'm giving you money for no reason. I see. Guess I'll just have to give you one then. Information and referral fee, 100 bucks. I think that's pretty reasonable, though I'm willing to drop it to 50. That's a steal. Man. I just want to get a room at this point, so I give him the 50 bucks. It's gonna be helping me from here on out, so I'd say that's not a bad deal, considering. Thanks. Good luck when you meet her. Waving his hand, Bon walks down the stairs, and directly into a pachinko parlor open late. What a bum. I don't know the specifics of pachinko to explain it to you. I am not that type of gambler. I climb on my bike and drive full throttle down the expressway. The road's empty at midnight. At home, I devour the hamburger meal I bought on my way back. This has become my staple diet. I can't find the desire or energy to cook for myself while all this is going on. When I'm full, I decide to go to bed. Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing this. It's just wasting time at this point. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. That journalist guy, Bond, suddenly came to mind. He's got an uncanny knack for getting info on spirits, but man, he's definitely shady. August 12th, Thursday. 2 days have passed since the night I met with Bond. Tonight I'm supposed to meet with the ghost expert lady. I decided to get to the Black Rabbit ahead of schedule. I duck into the inner pass. A chilly breeze is blowing. I feel tension in the air again. A familiar melody echoes down the alley. Good evening, mister. Suddenly Kakuya appears before me. The air freezes with suspense. I struggle for breath. You're amazing, mister. You beat Kubitaro of Kintoki. I didn't beat anything. Because of you, Maruhashi is. And that lightning strike. Was that because of you too? That was so fun. Didn't it get your heart pounding? Amanome's coma. Don't tell me that you... Yep, it's boring if no one disappears. Don't you think it's more fun like that? Damn it. Are you annoyed? Do you want to quit? But mister, you have to play with Kakuya. We'll play forever and ever. I'm stuck, completely helpless. I realize I've been biting my lip. The foul taste of iron spreads through my mouth. I thought of the next game already. It's the Screaming Author game. If you don't play, you'll disappear too. And Ami will never come back. Ami. Kakuya, tell me, what's NG? Hey, Kakuya, what's NG? I heard Ami mention it in my vision. A wind blows and Kakuya suddenly vanishes. Where the hell did she go? I carefully look around my surroundings, checking the shadows around the pillars and shutters. But Kakuya's nowhere to be found. NG, me and Daddy's secret. If you learn the secret, I'll have no choice but to... kill you. Kakuya vanishes again. I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart. That burning hatred she was aiming at me. She's never acted like that before. NG. That might be the key to figuring out what Kakuya's deal is. Spirit File, Screaming Author. Got info out of Bon. Kakuya's game, no one's ever survived it. Screaming Author is the next spirit. Even if I defeat this one, the next game will still start. Keyword is NG. Ami mentioned it. Is this a chance to get the jump on Kakuya somehow? When I get to the Black Rabbit, the lights are already on. Is Aunt Natsume inside? You're late. I've gotten tired of waiting. A woman is seen at the bar nursing a drink. Slowly she stands up. I've never seen her before. There's no sign of Aunt Natsume. This lady must have snuck in somehow, but she can't be. I was bored out of my mind, so I helped myself to a drink. Relax, relax, I'll pay for it. I might not kowtow to society's norms, but I draw the line at stealing top-shelf alcohol. Then you should drop by the bar more often. This place is pretty much dead. I'm sure Aunt Natsume would love a regular customer. I figured you'd be way more shocked. You got some backbone and a cool head on your shoulders. You deserve a prize. Bond said you had nerves of steel. Seems like he had your type nailed down. If you know Bond, that means you're some kind of ghost expert lady. That plebeian has no talent for delivering a proper introduction, does he? C'est la vie. I suppose I shall do the honors myself then. I'm Rose Mulan. Just call me Rose. Rose Mulan? What kind of name is that? Not my real name, obviously. It's just my stage name. Though I may not look the part because I do not use a silk hat or a baton. I am a magician. Why does a magician know so much about ghosts? Isn't that more up a monk or a fortune-teller's alley? You know, spiritual people? Let's just say my personal circumstances did not dictate my profession. Whatever you say, Harriet Houdini. More precisely, a lady who was a supernatural savant chose to become a magician on the side. So you're just interested in the supernatural like a certain famous occult idol? No, I wouldn't say that. My interest is a little more serious. And if we get to know each other better, maybe I'll even tell you all about it. Rose narrows her eyes and smiles at me ominously. Suddenly, a sickly sweet scent hits my nose. Oh dear. Are you put off by rose perfume? Are you just bearing with it to be polite? Now then, shall we get down to business? Bond told me about what you've been through. I'm sure you have plenty of questions. I'll answer your inquiries as best I can. So what would you like to know about? I believe we're going to do all three, so let's just start at the top and work our way down. Spirits are manifestations of the souls of the departed who bear strong grudges. To banish a spirit from this world, you must learn about its past. Yeah, I've picked up on that part already. Are there any other tricks that can help, like using talismans or scattering salt? Oh, child, you read far too many comics. If I had one piece of advice to give, I'd say the most important thing would be to try and empathize with the spirit. It may seem like a monster now, but it was once human. Like most humans with a grudge, they're typically lonely and desperate to be understood. I don't get it. Simply put, there's no easy way to do it. Is there anything else you wish to ask? Bond told me about Kakuya's game. The Kakuya doll forces humans she likes to play games with her. So it's not just me, other people have been dragged into this. Do they all have to do the stuff I'm doing? No, apparently the type of game is dependent on the target. It could be a game of marbles, cat's cradle, or even hide and seek. Man, that sounds like a cakewalk. Yes, I guess a kid like you would say that you're playing on nightmare mode. She must really like you. Difficulty settings aside, the only thing that awaits in the end is despair. Because Kakuya keeps playing until her opponent loses. Is there anything else you want to ask? NG. What's that? I'm afraid I can't help you with that. Apparently it's a big deal to Kakuya. Is it now? I regret that I cannot give you the answer you want, but I haven't the faintest idea. Sorry. Sorry I'm light. Good work playing Q&A, Rose. Drat, you actually showed up. Alone time with this cute boy was a much more appealing proposition. And I was just thinking about giving him an intensive, private lecture, too. What a pity. By the way, Light, thanks for last night. Found a slot with a nice little bonus game and fed it the money you gave me. Hit my first jackpot in a long time. It was great. I mean, I lost it all the next day, but hey, gambling's all about the thrill, right? Bon, are you telling me that you extorted money from a high schooler to feed your gambling addiction? Whoa there, extortion? Me? I did nothing of the sort. Quit assassinating my character. I just collected my fee for the work I did. I only charged him half the price because he's a kid. That's pretty much charity coming from me. Someone should have taught you this earlier. But a truly charitable adult would never have broached the subject of money to a kid. By the way, you better not have squandered the funds I gave you for the investigation, too. Have you discovered anything at all about Yakumo Miroku? Rome wasn't built in a day. I literally just started looking into it yesterday. I'm still in the pre-information gathering phase. I've just canvassed the neighborhood so far. But I heard some wild rumors I'd bet you like. People have been hearing screaming coming from the children's author Yakumo Miroku's mansion. Screaming from the house of a children's author? Can't be. Light? What's that look for? Hey, old man. Could you tell me more about the rumor? No sweat, kiddo. It's part of my report to Rose anyway. There are odd rumors about the Miroku residence. They say that... Rumors of the screaming author. Wonder if I should just turn down my volume here if it's really gonna scream. Hey, have you heard about the Miroku residence? You know, that old mansion where Yakumo Miroku, the children's author, lives all alone? Screaming author achievement. I can't read all of it because I have a sticker on my screen at the moment. I think it's investigation. People have been hearing some weird screaming coming from that place lately. And not just once or twice, but every night. So Miss Y from the neighborhood went to complain. But that mansion doesn't have an intercom. So she had to go right up and knock on the door. She pounded on the door and nobody came out. The screaming didn't stop, so she kept coming back day after day. Still no response. But she was sure someone was inside. So she finally got fed up. And threw something through the window to get the person inside to notice. Then suddenly, a light in the second floor window came on. And then she heard a faint voice. Please don't look inside. The voice kept pleading with her softly over and over again. Please don't look inside. 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 Don't look inside. Miss Y heard a scream, and after that, they said she was tormented by constant screaming inside her head. She had a nervous breakdown and committed suicide. That's what the rumors say. It certainly sounds supernatural enough. The peeking taboo, a common canard in these supernatural stories. Someone pokes their nose in somewhere it doesn't belong and gets punished for it. The Crane's Wife and Pandora's Box are famous examples. I'm not familiar with the Crane's Wife offhand. Yeah, I can't think of anything that fits that criteria. Is the screamer that screaming author that Kakuya was talking about? Without realizing it, I speak Kakuya's name out loud. Obviously, Bon and Rose aren't going to just let that go. Light, you met Kakuya? Yeah, a little while ago. Hey, why'd you tell me? I thought I told you to tell me everything. Don't go frothing at the mouth, Bon. Pursuing spirits is deadly work. He was probably just worried about us. But you needn't bother, Light. Bon and myself decided to hunt spirits of our own volition. We accept the consequences. So there's no need to hold back for our sakes. Tell us everything. I guess there's no dodging it. I tell them about the screaming author that Kakuya told me about. I see. How fascinating. To think the screaming author could be hiding within the Miroku residence. You sound like you're enjoying this. Why were you looking into the Miroku residence? That's only for grown-ups to know. Once I figure out how trustworthy you are, maybe I'll fill you in. This lady's a walking bundle of secrets. She hasn't even told me why she was investigating Miroku. You may be an adult, but you're not trustworthy. I much prefer younger men, not ones facing down a midlife crisis. So, did you uncover any other notable clues? I told you, this is still in the early going. Info doesn't reveal itself that easily. I wanted to talk directly with Miroku, but the house has been empty for a long time. Probably off gathering material for a new book. Empty, you say? It might be that Miroku's already dead. Dead? As I told you earlier, spirits are born from the grudges of the dead. If we assume that Miroku has died and become a spirit, all the pieces fall into place now. You're looking for the screaming author, after all. Hey, don't jump to conclusions. I've confirmed Miroku has been reported dead. It wouldn't be uncommon for someone who lived alone to die without it being noticed. We'll just have to go see for ourselves. Hey, you can't just decide stuff like that. What are you even going to do there? Investigate, obviously. I'll leave my methods up to your imagination. The lady shouldn't have to stain her lips with such words. What, you're going to break in or something? Well, more or less. Whether he's dead or merely absent, it's the perfect opportunity to sneak inside. This is shaping up to be an amusing night. Bravo for being so composed. But do you truly understand the position you find yourself in? If you've encountered Kakuya, then the clock on your death is already ticking down. You have no time to be taking it easy. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. They also say fools rush in where angels fear to tread. We leave the Black Rabbit and head to the station. It's getting pretty late. Most stores are closed. Nighttime is the greatest time of any day. I hate sunlight, and the summer sun is particularly harsh. If you're so scared of UV rays, you could try wearing something else. Come on, let's go to the Miroku place already. Hey, hold up. I don't know where the Miroku residence is. That's right. It's on the outskirts of Kisoji Temple. It's a bit of a hike from here. There's a station by the mansion, so I suggest taking a train. Bon gives me the address of the Miroku residence. It's in the same ward, so I can pretty much imagine where it is just based on the address. We should meet up there later. We'll stand out if we show up there in a group. I have no objections with that plan. Were it just the young man, I'd feel otherwise, but I'll decline the stroll with an old lech. That's an easy way to ruin a perfectly beautiful night. That's my line. Hard pass and walking around town with a woman trying that hard to turn heads. Meet at the front door in 30 minutes, okay? Bon and Rose go their separate ways as they head to the take gates. I better hustle too. Update. Met with a woman named Rose, suspicious magician. Fairy tale author Yakumo Miroku lived by himself. Heard freakish scream, goes to complain. Person pretending to not be there. Through object at window. Second floor, don't peek inside multiple times. Repeated screams inside head. Nervous breakdown. Suicide. I have to admit, I have to applaud the translator for squeezing all that in that certain space. For doing that for all the ghosts. That was probably not easy. The address I'm going to is a train stop away. Luckily I arrived before the last train. I reached the station without any issues. The classy residential area is full of cookie-cutter homes and I quickly lose my way. I walk around aimlessly for a while until I arrive at the building I was looking for. You're here. Rose and Bon are already waiting at the residence. You're late. What the hell were you doing? We've only got a limited amount of time to search. Wasting more time and today will be useless. Limited? Why? This area's had a high rate of unusual incidents, but they only happen sporadically. Because of that history, the police have this area under priority patrol. Seriously? That's a pain for us. Yeah, but we did some legwork and we have a rough idea of their patrol schedule. We're trying to limit our presence to when there's a gap in their patrols. So we need to get in, investigate as much of the place as possible, and then split. That's the plan. We'll be trespassing, but it's the price we have to pay to get the information. And since you took so long to get here, we've got even less time than we were hoping for. 2 or 3 hours should be sufficient to do the breaking and entering. We're investigating. Rose continues paying no attention at all to Bon's objection. The residence doesn't appear to be terribly large, so we shouldn't need to rush things. Unless we encounter an irregularity. Irregularity? An unexpected circumstance. For example, if you find unexpected security, an underground vault, those sorts of things. The types of things that might crop up during a break-in. I see. We are not breaking in. Why are you so hung about the terminology? The action is the same, isn't it? Now, what should we do? We're investigating this mansion. We've already settled on this. Yes, I mean, where should we start first? Light, you're the one tangled up in Kakuya's game. You should decide. Alright. So I have neither one with me? This looks like it hasn't been cared for in a long time. There's weeds and dead leaves all over. There's a strange-looking window here. You know, this house is kind of odd-looking. Looking closer, the building's funky style isn't even just a Japanese and Western mixed design. It feels like an alpine lodge, but built with traditional Japanese style. This must have been a custom job. You don't usually see two-story houses with that roof. That window is probably where the attic is. If so, then that's a pretty big attic. If the room under the roof is that big, it looks like it's bigger than the normal two-sized rooms. Than two normal-sized rooms. Is that the window that was mentioned in the rumor? If you throw something, the lights in the second-floor window will turn on. Guess you would need to throw something at a first-floor window, so that must be it. Weeds have run over this entire area. This garden hasn't been touched for a while. I use my foot to poke around the overgrowth. My foot bumps into something solid. I tease the object out into the open and see that it's a decayed wooden door plate. It's dirty, but it seems to read Miroku. In case you're not familiar with what those are, in Japan they will write the name of the family on a plate and hang it outside the house, so you know who lives there. In this case, that would be the family name, so... Normally that would be posted, like, out here by the gate, from what I understand, but I don't know the specifics. It's a rusted mailbox. I take a look inside the mailbox, but there isn't anything inside. It's a pretty sturdy sliding door. There's a layer of dust covering the door rail, so I know it hasn't been moved for a while. According to the rumors. They said something like, nobody comes out even if you knock, right? I'm sure knocking shouldn't be a problem. I give the door a kind of firm knock. I wait for some kind of response. Well, there's no response. Just as we were informed. Judging by the state this place is in, Miroku probably isn't living here. I push on the door, but it doesn't budge. Judging by the shape of the roof, the attic's probably where that window is. Everything under the roof is one room. That means the attic is pretty big. I pull the door just in case. As anticipated, it doesn't open. Looks like it's locked. Well, wanna just kick it in? Whoa, you're already thinking about breaking in? You're too reckless, kid, damn! What a bold child, I must confess. I do prefer the direct approach sometimes. But we can't be too hasty, Light. Let's look around a bit longer. After all, there's another part of the rumor as well. The rumor. The one about the neighbor throwing something at the window of the mansion. Yeah, that's right. Personally, I'd very much like to put it to the test. You're right. I just found this. Even if this hit the window dead on, it probably wouldn't break it. Are you actually going to throw it? Yeah, just like the rumor said. If there's something crazy going on, I want to know about it now. That's pretty courageous of you. You'll need that courage if you intend to survive the confrontations with spirits. Whatever, just try not to throw it too hard. I know. I don't want to attract attention, so I don't want to break the window. I take aim and toss the plate, aiming it at the wooden frame of the window. My throw hits the spot and makes a dry thud as it strikes the wood. Nice throw. You got some nice shoulders. The most anticipated draft player this season. Sorry, I don't really know baseball. I don't mind the jokes to break the tension. Feels like the air just changed. Please don't look inside. Did you hear something just now? We look in the direction of the voice and see the light in the window had come on. In the light, we can see what looks like the silhouette of a crane. Please don't look inside. Once again we hear a faint, weak voice. Don't look, as if we wouldn't look. We're not going to just back down now, are we? Hey, light. There's definitely something in this mansion. And that means that all rules are off. So, we're breaking in? Exactly. Calm down there, boys. We can't cause too much of a commotion or we'll draw the attention of the police. You got a plan then, Rose? I'll open the lock for us. It's not like opening a can, you know. You really think you can get it open that easily? This lock may as well not exist. You should always have more locks on the front door, but nobody ever bothers. Oh, that's right. You should share this advice with the owner of the Black Rabbit as well. The lock there is just pitiful. That explains it. Now I know how Rose got into the Black Rabbit before it had opened. You're a real piece of work. Did you just sleep through morals class? I regret that I did not get to experience things like school during my childhood. Rose took some tools out and quickly got to work. Kinda reminds me of when Amanome picked the lock at the Yamato Shrine. But Rose's skills were far beyond ours. You seem pretty skilled at this. Makes me wonder if you've been doing this kind of thing in the past. My goodness, how rude. Rose shoots back a response as she uses her thin tool to probe the lock. Any talented magician would obviously have a bit of dexterity. That's true, but... I've heard of magicians using escape magic, but not for breaking into places. Are you curious about my skills? I'm afraid that I must ask you to refrain from any inquiries that would violate my privacy. Et voila! It's open. You're done already? You're pretty amazing. I must say it feels quite nice to get some awe and admiration from the young. Would you like to be my disciple? What is that supposed to mean? I wasn't really planning on becoming a magician or a burglar. I wouldn't mind training you for either, but I was referring to the spiritual field. You seem to have an affinity for it, disciple. Hold on. I never agreed to be your disciple. Masters choose their disciples. Your opinion doesn't matter. I was merely asking out of courtesy. That's terrible. Hey, let's cut the chit-chat. We don't have a lot of time. If it's open, then let's get inside. We can't let anyone see us like this. We don't have an excuse for being here. Yeah, I know. I forcefully pull the door open, but I thought I felt a cold breeze from inside. Swallowing my saliva, I step into the mansion. The Miroku residence looked like an old Japanese-styled house and smelled of damp, moldy air. Seems like this place hasn't been aired out for a really long time. Wait a moment, Light. I sense someone watching us. Be careful. Watching? Please don't look inside. Suddenly a loud, high-pitched piercing sound rips through my ear. I instantly cover my ears, but the sound above easily pierces through and stabs into my brain. Bon and Rose collapse behind me. Shit, are you kidding me? At this rate, I'll die. I fall powerless against the storm of sound assaulting my mind. My consciousness is starting to fade. The screaming voice suddenly stops. What was that? Bloody hell, my head is still pounding. Guess that must be the screaming voice people are talking about. If it went on any longer, my brain would have melted. Barely survived that. Well, we don't know if that's true yet. Remember, in the rumor, Miss Y, who heard the scream, apparently committed suicide. Things are starting to get real. Light, don't say you want to run away now, alright? As if. You're the one who's looking pale. If you got the wits to sass me like that, you're still in ship shape. Well, if it's planning to take us down, then I suppose we don't need to hold back either. Let's start investigating. The place doesn't seem to be that big, so let's investigate whatever we see. Yeah, but before we do that, we'll need someone to be on the lookout. We don't want to be getting surprised by a patrolman. Right. If something looks bad, call me on my cell phone immediately. Turn the ringer off. Understood. Alright, Light, choose who will investigate with you. Well, let's see, we're dealing with cranes, so let's bring the cougar. No problem. Well, Bon, you're on lookout duty. Fine by me, I'll see you later then. Rose, don't you go off doing anything on your own. Bon leaves and heads outside. Alright, let's get going. There's a cedar plate hanging from the mud wall. Inspecting further, I see there's a single nail hammered into the upper middle of the board. Looks like this nail's for hanging things. What do you think this is? It's obviously a frame. These flat frames are made to enhance objects that are three-dimensional. So this is a frame for some kind of painting. Not necessarily a painting. It can be used to display anything. Just hang it on the nail there and you're done. Anything could become an art piece. And that's it. Feels kind of lazy to me. Well, as Duchamp's fountain showed. Nah, that's too much of a digression. In any case, it is a board to make something decorative. So we need to find something to display there. Sturdy shoe cabinet. I opened it but couldn't find even a single shoe inside. Instead I find something black and cylindrical in the corner. Bamboo charcoal. That's one fine charcoal. Seems like Miroku was quite the hobbyist. I look through the bottom section as well and find a can in the back. It's apparently a spray can. Looks like spray paint. Seeing that it's in an odd place like this, I assume it's not just art supplies. Okay, if what people told me that spray paint is what you need to purify the ghost, I'm a little surprised we found it this early. Then again, they could be lying. I open the door to the living room and step inside. An old pendulum clock. The pendulum swings without stopping. It's a normal-looking ordinary sofa. Checking around the sofa near the bottom. A hand warmer. I find an unopened hand warmer. I can use this. It's a wooden storage shelf. I tried pulling on the door, but it won't open. Seems to be locked. Think you can do this one? I turn around and ask Rose. Piece of cake, stand back. Rose whips out some thin tools from her pocket and she opens the lock in just about 10 seconds. Sorry for the wait. Open sesame. Looks like it's like a magic trick. I'm happy that I'm able to entertain you. I open the door. Sailor uniform and cute socks. Looks like children's clothes. Did Miroku have a family? Bond didn't mention anything about that. So the dude was a pedo. Not even sure if YouTube even lets me say that. Let that sink in. I open the door to the bedroom and step inside. It's got a radio. It's a boombox. It looks like a pretty old one. There's a drawer on the top of the table the boombox is sitting on top of. Looks like there's a cassette tape inside. I eject the tape and take a look. There's a single letter written on the label. T. What a creepy tape. Would you mind playing it? I'm curious about what's recorded on it. Sure. I place the cassette back into the slot and hit the play button. Seems that no matter how many times I press it, it's not going to play anything. Maybe. I flip the box over and check the battery compartment. It's empty. Doesn't have any batteries. Of course it doesn't work. I open the drawer. Inside are sticks of incense neatly put away. In the corner I see a square metal box sitting there. What's this? Battery. Oh ho! It's been quite a while since I've seen one of those. You know what it is? A battery, and a pretty old type at that. What's wrong? Just curious, how old are you? I'll leave it to your imagination. Western-style pillow on the bed. Digging under the pillow, I immediately feel something. Okina mask. A no mask? What's this doing here? So, if you've seen Tokyo Dark, you should have an idea of what that's going to look like. It's a high-class Western-style bed. There's a lot of crap to examine in this place. I take a look around the bed. I find something that looks like a mass of hair under the bed. Seriously, man. That is whole new levels of stalker crap. What is this? I think this might be horsehair. It'd be commonly used for something like the bowstrings for a violin. How can you tell? I learned how to play a number of instruments in the past. Perhaps I may not look the part, but I was born into a pretty wealthy family. I have a good foundation of knowledge concerning most high culture, including music. Why don't you take it with you? It might be useful later on. Yeah. That's one sturdy bed. Wonder what caused those stains. Now that I'm looking, there are more spots than I expected. A colorful flyer on the floor stands out from the eerie bedroom. Out of curiosity, I pick it up. I quickly read the flyer. Kisoji Ballet School Recital, March 3rd, 1999. Kisoji Center Hall starts at 1300, doors close at 1330. There's a girl dressed in white in a ballet pose with her legs raised high. Looks like a flyer for a children's ballet recital. Children's ballet, you say? The atmosphere of this place is more suited towards Japanese Buto. Buto, I believe, is the fan dance, but I'm not entirely sure. I take a closer look at the flyer. First act, collection of pieces / ballet / others. Second act, Lock des Ken. The second act will feature girls who are too young to wear point shoes. Please enjoy their energy and spirit as they perform adorned in adorable colors. What's the stuff written for the second act? Is it Latin? Je suis désolé, but that's actually French. And if you don't know what Je suis désolé means, I am sorry. Lac des Ken means Duck Lake. Judging from the name, it must be adopted from Swan Lake. Sorry, had to take a phone call there. Niece was born. They'd probably make the little ingenue be ducks instead of swans and dance about. Seems like a show dance to showcase their energy as opposed to grace. Ducks sounds a lot less impressive than swans. You think so? That stubby body, those adorable orange beaks and feet, the way they shoot through the water. Ducks are far cuter than swans. If I were to receive a gift, I would prefer ducks over swans. No one's going to buy you either of those. I take the flyer just in case. Okay, time out. How much crap have they given me so far? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jeez. Let's do it now. There's an odd bulge in the curtain. Check the curtain? Sure. I pull the curtain back to see what's causing it. And the answer is nothing. Nothing's here. No sign of anything that caused the curtain to bulge. Even things out the window look normal. So was it just wrinkled or something? Sad part, as soon as they gave me the battery puzzle, and I use puzzle very liberally here, that had to have been empty. I take out the battery and put it inside the compartment in the back. Thankfully, the battery types were the same, so it fits without any issue. Battery used. Alright, how about now? I press the play button, but... What? You're kidding me, useless piece of... I think about using the flashlight's batteries, but I realize they won't fit. Perhaps there's not much battery life left. Rubbing it or warming it up will put some charge back into it, but... Had to go away again. She told us to put the hand warmer on it. Hold on, warming it up. I use the hand warmer. I have this. I open the bag, crumple it up, and place it on the battery compartment on the back of the boombox. I suppose that's logical, but it's not the best way to do that. Shut up, we just need to warm the thing up, right? Once the battery felt warm enough, I try pressing the play button again. Then... An update on the missing child. According to the police, the victim of the kidnapping. It's a recording of the kidnapped girl report. They refer to the victim as Child T. Age 13, long hair, was wearing a white one-piece dress on the day she went missing. She was last seen heading home from a ballet class practicing kisoji. The report mentions that it's been a month, and the case is now a partial public investigation. From that point, the newscaster just rehashes information about the incident, and once the news moves to the next topic for the day, the recording cuts off. Rose ejects the tape and sighs. I see, hence the T label. The owner of this house seems quite intriguing. It's crazy no matter how you look at it. Why make a recording of the news about a kidnapping incident? Once again, ballet. It's coming up too much for it to be a coincidence. So now we have tape T. Suddenly the phone rings loudly, but I can't see it anywhere in the room. Intriguing. Let's answer it. Guess I'll look for it. Son of a... Here it is, the phone. There's a black phone on top of the storage shelf. I don't remember every detail of the room, but it definitely felt off. This phone wasn't here when we came through the living room earlier, right? What's going on here? We are in this house to answer that question, are we not? Someone or something wants us to answer the phone, so why don't you take the call? Can't we just let it go to the answering machine? Hello? If this screams, I am leaving a negative review on the game right now. Okay. The phone suddenly goes dead. A sudden wave of dizziness hit me, and I violently hang up the phone. When I come to my senses, I notice that my hand is covered in sweat. Damn! What the hell was that? Who was calling? Dunno, the person hung up immediately. I see. How boring. You look rather pale. Is something the matter? It's nothing. My phone vibrates in my pocket. It's time already. It's me. Almost time for the patrol to show up. Let's wrap it up for the day. Alright, we'll leave immediately. Is it time? Yeah, let's head back out. We get out of the mansion without any major issues. We rejoin the one who was keeping watch and quickly share the info we gathered in our search. I told you, aren't you glad we went inside? That T-tape in particular was quite a find. Combined with the ballet flyer, it has some grave implications. Why do you look like you're enjoying this? If that's what we found on day one, I shudder to think where this is going to end up. Quit your whining, just admit it's been a worthwhile night. We even heard the rumored scream. It must be a spirit, probably the screaming author's doing. This spirit's all that remains of Yakumo Moroku, or is it someone else entirely? I can't wait to find out. It's only a matter of time before the cops show. We better split up. We'll meet back at the Black Rabbit at the same time tomorrow night. Yeah, sounds good to me. That's right, Light. Don't forget to buy batteries. I'll try anything once, but I'm not doing that again. What a pain in the ass. We park in front of the Moroku residence and take our separate paths at the station. As I walk by myself down the street, I think about what I heard on the T-tape. That might just be the crazy tip of the psycho iceberg of stuff hidden in the Moroku residence. I catch my train, and by the time I get back to Kisoji Station, it's already past midnight. I better go home and get some rest. Weird. Hardly anyone ever uses that photo booth. Let's go say hi. Open the curtain and look inside. Peekaboo! Aw, she left. No one's behind the curtain. Could have sworn someone was there. Was I just seeing things? But I'm expecting a message from D-Man any second now. Any second. To ruin my night. A text. I open up the message. How did I know? How are you? It's D-Man. I've prepared your next riddle. Decipher to receive your analysis record. Search the monster that raises its voice when awoken. So the first thing that comes to mind is going to be the fire thing back here. I open the fire alarm's maintenance door and find a card inside. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card. Kakuya's game. The sound of a flute, a young girl appears. The sheens are rumors of a ghost with white hair, a child doll in a kimono. It said the tune Night of a Full Moon means she's shown herself. She lures people to play her game, different for each person, from finding items to courage tests, but each has a certain condition to be met for survival. Meet the condition, survive, otherwise they most likely die. Having never spoken to any of the players, I can't confirm for sure. It is still only a rumor, but if the reason why I haven't talked to them is that those who challenge her game end up dead, then I suspect that there's no way to escape her death game once you've met her. Past urban legends like girls playing Kakuyako share many similarities with this one. While researching, I learned it's been repeating every few years since the war ended. I must look further. And that's where you come in. It is fortunate that you are in this exact situation. You're the very person I need to talk to regarding this rumor. So, I don't know what the girls play thing is. I assume that's just something like the Bloody Mary rumor. But Kakuyako, I think that's the hide-and-seek game. If it's what I think it is, you have to hide from something chasing you until sunrise. It starts at sunset. Anyway, no, page 4. Why is she called Kakuya, and why does she take doll form? Why play games, and what role does she play? Is she a guide to death, or the reverse? Or neither? Is she connected to the fairy tale named Legends seen often in recent years? Find out and escape the game alive. If worse comes to worse, I'll gather your ashes for you. So, Kakuyako. Yep, I got nothing. Why the hell's he hiding these cards? Too much effort to worry about it. May as well go home and sleep. I solved D-Man's riddle, so I head home feeling pretty satisfied with myself. Snuck in Miroku's place, searched until cops came on patrol, found frames to put objects in, found cassette tape, child T incident report. Little girl went missing on way back from ballet lessons. Horsetail hair often used for instruments. I'm tired. Complete physical control. This always comes in handy. It's medical science of the fighting body. Only ads and receipts in here. Guess I'll wash my face before going to bed. Ooh, finally! Quick, open the door! I should take a shower. I open the door and go inside. Anything? Anything? Urge to kill rising. There it is. Man, the bath's nice once in a while. Okay, get in the damn bath. Oh. What's that noise? Is it coming from next door? A movie, or maybe a video game? Not planning on going out again today. Shit, that's loud. The noise won't stop. My temper's hanging by a thread. Would punching the wall work? Nah, I'm cool. Maybe if I wait a bit. Nope, the noise shows no sign of stopping. Can't take this any longer. Finally stopped. Maybe I'll water the plants. This'll work. That looks about the right amount. I water the plant. Alright, this should do it. The hell was this? Better get some rest. I'm weirdly sleepy. Who could be calling me? Doesn't seem to want to stop ringing, so I reach for the phone. Hello? Oh, great, a pervert. The other end of the line's silent. All I hear is breathing. What the hell? Hey, what do you think you're doing? Please don't look inside. Chills run down my spine and my body involuntarily jerks and slams the receiver down. That voice, it sounded familiar. Someone pranking me, or... They'll probably try to call again. Guess I'll just lie in bed and wait. I shut my eyes and wait. The room is quiet and doesn't seem like anything's gonna happen. Must be tired after all. My consciousness slowly fades. Luckily, I'm not bothered by another phone call. Otherwise, the ghost would find out that yes, ghosts can still die.